Now, students, finishing off the roof area here. So I spoke in the last video about this mechanical plant area that is outlined on the plans here. And it's typical of a building like this that you have a lot of mechanical plant up on the top of the roof. So I was kind of wondering now what's the best way to go about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an area here that's free of the green roof. Excuse me, and I'm going to build up a plinth in here in the same way that I built the plinth up in those core areas, and so that's where our plant will actually sit. So it's roughly, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 3.5 grids over by nearly a grid wide type of thing. So first thing I'm going to do is going to mark out roughly where I think this plinth should go, and I'll go to annotate into detail line in the drop down box here. Now I should have a line here which I like to call construction lines. I don't see it there, so perhaps that's the first thing I'll do. Having a line called construction lines is very, very handy for marking out kind of areas like this, and I'm just going to show you how to do this and to manage into additional settings, into line styles. Open this up here. Let's pull this out here. Sorry. Okay, come on. There you go. And I'm going to create a new line here. And I will call this construction line. Make it a solid line. Okay, but I wanted a nice distinctive color here. So that sketch lines are that one there. So I'm going to make this a red line. And I'll go OK. And OK. Now, so I'm back into annotate detail line. I'll hit I do have a red line there. There you go. But let's go for my construction lines here. Okay. Now, because I'm finicky, I'm going to come off the grid line here, and I'm going to travel approximately 3.5 meters, 3500. Okay, and then bring this to approximately there. It's 29500. Okay, and then we'll come down this way, and I'll make this. This will be 8 meters. Now you see I can get a little bit of accuracy when I use these construction lines in here, like so. That one. Okay, so that's roughly going to be the size and area of my mechanical plant. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tab to get my roof. That's not what I want. Yeah, so let's see if we can get this again. So tab, roof. There we go. So if you look down in the bottom left-hand corner here, when you're tabbing like that, it'll tell you which layer it's on. It helps when you got stuff that's kind of close together. Edit the footprint. And so we just do a pick line with these. So do that one again. And it's your construction lines here. And we'll do a split at this point, and we'll do our fillet here. Okay, and escape once, and then select these lines here and knock off the define slope. Right, don't attach. Now, so I got a gap happening there. Let's get into our section and see what that's like. So there's our gap there. Now, notice that I've cut out this piece of concrete here because obviously this is a roof, not a slab. So I need to know what the full distance of this is going to be. I'm going to measure it. It's going to be, it's 550. See that 550.6, that's annoying. Okay, so I'm just going to type in unit here. Okay, and get into common. So length. And again, I don't want any decimal places here. 0 decimal places. All right. Okay. It's for distance. Let's do that again. All right. Okay, I'm not quite sure why that 0.6 is coming up there, but however, we move on. So that was 550. So I'm going to make this maybe, I'm going to have the plant area stand proud about 100. So I'm going to make this 650. Okay. And I'm going to make it a floor. So I'm back into here. I am back into architecture, floor. Right, let's hit the drop down box here and see what we've got. That would be a good one. So I'm going to edit type and duplicate that straight away. So I'm going to call this mechanical plinth. This is going to be AT underscore floor type. I think it's about an 07. That. I'll come down here, and again, this will be it'll be 650. Now it just makes this kind of it makes it very heavy. All right, so we're going to need an extra bit of reinforcing and things in here as well. And remember, this is kind of in that center area there. It is supported by the columns, which is good. So we need to probably talk to the engineer about this more than anything else. So floor type 07. And we'll go okay. I will be sorting out all my tags at a later point, and I'm going to show you how to do a quick and easy way how to do all that. Right, so let's go from here. Now I'm going from level 6, that's correct, right over to here. And let's finish that. Okay, let's get into our section here, and we can shift it up. Yeah, because it goes from the level down. So I'm just going to use my modify align, and to the underside of that, align that. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's undo that. Okay, I forgot to do one thing here. I forgot the structure to make this 650. Now we're talking. Okay. And now we just do an align here to the other side like that, and we get that. So there's my plinth. It gives me a nice kind of edge to work with here in case I have to dress some waterproof membrane up there, and this plinth will have a waterproof membrane on it as well. If I go into I'll just Google mechanical plant here. I'll show you what I mean by that. Just bear with me here 1 second, and I get this right. So there we go. Now you can see that's typical, somewhat typical. This is a unit that's made up. They generally don't come like that. So if I do a little here, and this will give you an idea of, there you go. That's very typical of what happens here. You can see that the plinth has come up, but see that the waterproofing has come up here as well. So we're creating a full plinth for this, which will be waterproofed and tied into the waterproofing of the green roof as well. Okay, that's why I'm giving that extra little bit of there. Now, so escape, and okay, let's go back into our 3D here. We've got our plinth there. Now, so the next thing we want to do here is so we need access to this roof. I'll talk about that later. We might be able to get access through here or something like that. And I'll come back to that. But it has a louver around it. So okay, so we need to get a louvered curtain wall or a louvered panel in around here, and this is what I mean. It's something similar to that. Is generally what they do. So what I did was I went into my papers, the NBS BIM library here, and there's a louvered panel there. So I downloaded that, saved it into my UK library, into my special folder there for downloadable families and things like that. And I've opened it up here, and you can see that's what's come in. Now, the interesting bit here, and this is what I was kind of thinking. If I select that, notice that it is a curtain wall louvered panel. Okay. Now, that gives us lots of options here in terms of what's going on. So I'm going to create a curtain wall. And remember, we downloaded the empty curtain wall. That's the one I want to use. Okay, so architectural. Let's get in here and we go down to the empty curtain wall. And level 6 to, I'm going to say unconnected here because I want it up at about 2 meters. Right, so from level 6 up, we'll see how that works out. And I'll just come in to about here, something like that. So here, again, I'm just sitting off the, now, something like that, okay. Right, 3D, and let's take a look at that. All right, now, so all I need to do is divide this up. And so I'm going to go back into curtain grids here, and we'll start at the center here. So, okay, midpoint. And I want to get midpoint. So I want these about 2 meters by 2 meters or so. Okay, so just get in here and again, get a midpoint here. 3.8, okay. There you go. Now, so do and again, midpoint, midpoint, midpoint. Right. Now, once I do that and divide that up, get a little bit of framing in behind this would be a good idea as well. So what I'm going to do is go into my mullions here. So there's my 50 by 150. So I'll put a mullion on the top, and I'll just and on the bottom here as well. Oh, I noticed that this has gone down into it's coming off the edge there. So if I pick the whole unit here, and I come up, what was it? 250, 350, I think, something like that. Okay, a little bit. I think we can just see the edge there. Let's just try this at 400. Offset a bit more. 650. There you go. All right. Now let's see if we can get a base mullion in there. We can as well. Okay, so 650. That was the thickness of our slab there. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tab, pick that, and then hit the drop down box here. And hopefully that panel should be in our project. Okay, if it's not, I'm going to go into here. No, definitely. So what's it called? Curtain wall panel louver. I think it's in the project. So just need to be 100% sure of that. And again, this idea of picking the panel, finding where it is. So I'm going to swap this one out for the louvered panel. That's basically what I'm going to do. And so Okay, escape. Is that a separate project, is it? Yeah, it's a separate project. Right. So what I need to do is do a transfer project standards. So I'll come back in here. I'll do manage transfer project standards. So curtain louver panel, check none. And the only thing I want is the panel, the curtain wall panel, curtain wall types. So I think it's that one. Curtain, I think it's just that one there. New only. Okay. Now let's see if that's worked. Tab. Select unbox here. Okay. Just don't seem to see it here. Oh, there it is. Look. There we go. Now that's it. So I can repeat that process the whole way along. The other thing I just might do here is I might just go into the properties of this. I've got a layout across here. I'm going to show you how you can do these quickly as well. Oh, it's in the panel. So if I pick the panel here, and again, I pick the next door panel, I think there is a parameter here for offset. See the offset? So I'm going to offset that 150 and see how that works out. Apply. Good. Now, what that's done is that if I zoom in here a bit, show you that it's brought that kind of panel forward a piece. So let's see if I can get back in here and get that panel. Tab. Here we go. Go over here. Okay. So now maybe it's there already, but let's see if we can just tab. What I'm going to do here is show you how we can do a lot of these in together. So tab. Down here, that's why I couldn't get it. There it goes. Now, and then right click and go select all instances. No. I should have a select panels along the panel host, maybe. Yeah, okay. Now let's swap these out for that one. And, you can see how that's done that quickly there. All right. Now I would like those panels to be forward. Doesn't seem to be doing that for me. But there you go. So I've kind of created my getting our south elevation here. You can see that there. All right, so I'd break those up as I had shown you before. And that is how we get our plant room louvered panels and plinth sorted. Okay.